Let me know in the comments if the crime matches the sentence. 35-year-old Burnley football fan Jake Balmforth may have watched too many films, like Football Factory, because he is now being jailed for 5 years for caning a football rival outside a pub during a heated clash between Burnley fans and Blackpool fans. The court heard that Jake Balmforth had travelled to Blackpool to watch his team at Burnley play at the Seasiders in a championship match on March 4th of 2023. The football match was uneventful as it had ended in a 0-0 draw. Now, after the match, the designated pub for the Burnley fans was the Manchester Sports Bar. While having a drink and laughing with friends and other Burnley supporters, Jake's victim, 54-year-old Tony Johnson, who was an avid Blackpool fan, was among a scrum of Blackpool supporters whom had gathered outside the Manchester Sports Bar. Bear in mind they shouldn't have been there. These two football teams were rivals and there was a police presence. Of course, the group of Blackpool supporters wanted to antagonise the Burnley fans, so Jake Balmforth and others went outside and they confronted the Blackpool fans. Neither side backed down and both sides were making promises to cause injury, their faces close inches away to each other, and they were screaming and shouting. Now trouble flared and it escalated so quickly. And the end result was Jake Balmforth balling his hand into a closed fist and then drawing back before striking 54-year-old Tony Johnson square in the face. The entire incident was caught on CCTV and it happened in the vicinity of the police. Tony fell to the ground and police were there to give medical assistance. They then dialed 999 and requested an ambulance. The injury was so bad that Tony was taken to Blackpool Victoria Hospital. He was unconscious, and after 2 days he was tragically pronounced dead after suffering from serious head trauma. Now, Jake Balmforth, who was from Tavern Close, Burnley, he was arrested and then charged with manslaughter, and then he had to go to court. After a 6-day trial, he was then found guilty of his crime. Now, Tony Johnson was not completely innocent in this tragic situation. Remember, he was a Blackpool supporter, and he went to the Manchester Sports Bar, a bar that had been designated for Burnley fans to use. Tony had travelled to a place he shouldn't have gone to with other fans. The intention was clear. The intention at the very least was to goad or provoke Burnley fans, or they may have wanted to have a scrap. But in no way, shape or form did Tony intend to lose his life. But drink and football and being part of a large hostile crowd means it's easy to get swept up in all that noise, all that adrenaline, all that pent-up commotion. After Jake and Tony confronted each other for the pride of their teams, Jake reacted in an almost animalism way. He was a hooligan at that point, and the end result was Jake striking Tony and Tony tragically dying. Jake Balmforth was told that he would be jailed for 5 years, and he would be banned from football grounds for a further 9 years. Does the crime match the sentence? Let me know. Stay safe.